Welcoming you all for this video on Formula 44 meditational technique. The meditation is based on the prominent verses of Bhagavad Gita in this series, and the verse that we have selected for today is from chapter 6, which is Dhyan Yog. Dhyan Yog is the yog through meditation. The first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, the Song of God, are predominantly about Karma Yoga, the yoga of action. But to achieve the yoga of action, the other aspects of knowledge are also mentioned by Sri Krishna, which relates to Karma Sannyas, Dhyan Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, Buddhi Yoga, etc. First chapter, Arjun Vishad Yoga, lamentation by Arjun about consequences of the war. Second chapter, Sankhya Yoga, about the analytical studies of the soul, the mind, the body. And the third chapter, Karma Yoga, yoga of action. The fourth chapter, Gyan Karma Sannyas Yoga, Karma Yoga vis-a-vis Gyan and Sannyas. Fifth chapter, Karma Sannyas Yoga. What is the difference between renouncing the world and renouncing the fruits of the actions? That is the difference between Karma Yoga and Karma Sannyas, and which is superior. And then comes the sixth chapter, Dhyan Yoga, which is the yoga through meditation. So the verse that we have selected today is 6.5. Uddared Atma Natmanam Na Atmanam Avasadayet Atmaiva Yatmani Bandhuratmaiva Ripuratmanaha. Now this is a prominent shlok and many of you may be familiar. Krishna is telling Sri Arjun that elevate yourself by the power of your mind and do not degrade it by using the power of the mind in a negative manner, because mind is an enemy and mind is a friend as well. So this is a very interesting point. The facility is there within us, the power of mind, but if we don't control this mind, it can take us in a very, very negative situation. But if we control the mind and if we use it correctly, it can elevate us to the highest. So very important verse. After having learnt Karma Yoga, where we focused on the action, that the action should be such that we get fully involved with the activities, but we don't worry about the results. We know that the results are not in our hands. There are so many factors. And when we bring the divinity into the law of karma, it becomes so much more manageable. It becomes so much more blissful and tranquil. Otherwise, we are forever disturbed, perturbed, worried, and we lose out in living life in a contented and happy manner. So, Uddared Atman Atmanam Na Atmanam Avasadayet Atmaiva Yatmani Bandhuratmaiva Ripuratmanaha. Elevate yourself with the power of mind and do not degrade yourself, because the mind is our enemy and the mind is our friend too. So we have learnt that if we exclude the divinity in our life, we are not going to be achieving our target, our goal, our objective, because the divinity is so much subsumed in everything in ourselves, in the world, because there are three entities: God, Brahma, material energy Maya, and Jeev, the soul. So we are the soul because our true identity is the soul, and we are given a body to achieve the goal of the soul. So the goal, the objective of the soul is to connect to God. But because of the material energy Maya, which is also God's Shakti, we have forgotten God, or we have connected only in a very limited manner. When we are in trouble, we remember God. Otherwise, we don't give any importance to the divine, the spiritual reality. Though we are witnessing all kinds of phenomena in this universe, which should make us wonder, isn't there an invisible hand which is there in every element of the creation? You see so many plants coming up, you see so many flowers, you see so many birds and animals and different types, species of humans, and yet we don't see the invisible energy. Some call the same as nature. So whatever name we give, it is very, very obvious that the human mind cannot understand the creation. It is so vast, it is so infinite. And we do believe in the existence of the soul, which is also a spiritual entity. So what is lacking is our efforts in the spiritual direction, so that our life becomes stress-free, meaningful, contented, and without worries. So this is the verse for the meditation in Formula 44. Apart from applying the 8 elements, 4 types of eating habits, and 4 types of exercises, which are a fistful of nuts and dry fruits every day, 2 helpings of fruits every day, nutritious food, organic food, which is wholesome, which is full of nutritional value, and drinking 3 glasses of hot water in the morning, sipping it when we wake up. These are the 4 essential elements of Formula 44 of the drinking and eating habits. About the exercises: 1 round of meditation, 2 rounds of walking, 3 rounds of breathing techniques, pranayam, and 4 rounds of Surya Namaskar. So when we say 4 rounds, you can do 4 into 1 or 4 into 2 or 4 into 3. If we do these 4 activities in the exercise segment, it is but obvious that we will be healthier. But then, out of all these, what should do the magic is this meditation. Because meditation is the part where we take a break from our, such humongous involvement in the world, and reflect, hey, any moment my life can be snuffed out. I am planning so much. I am thinking so much about the house. I am thinking so much about the car and the relatives and wealth and bank balance. But then I am seeing anyone can actually die any moment. So should we not also be aware about this reality and then seek the solution, that what is the verdict of the scripture? So the scriptures are unequivocally saying that there is a supreme entity, and our duty is to connect to that, love that entity, as the Holy Bible says, love thy God with all thy might, with all thy soul, with all thy heart. The Holy Quran says, Ma khalaqtal inswa jin illa abdun. The Buddhist philosophy says Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. And the Vedic scriptures are saying the same in so many places. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupaste. Ananya cheta satatam yo mam smriti. So, there are hundreds of such verdicts in Bhagavad Gita itself. There are so many such statements and the precepts which we need to reflect on, and to do all this, the mind is the most important tool that we are endowed with. So by applying the mind in this direction and practicing the meditation and reflection on the Supreme, the God, we can achieve every objective of our life, is what we should meditate on with the help of this verse 6.5 from Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 Dhyan Yoga. Take care and see you in the next video.